Why do so many relationships fail? Did you ever ask yourself that question? Well, I asked myself that question many times because I was failing relationship after relationship. And after working with hundreds of people on their relationships and their conflict skills, I can tell you what I came up with as an answer. And the number one reason why I see that relationships fail is because people expect them to just work without putting in any effort to learning how to do this relationship thing. And then they get really upset when it doesn't work out, either with themselves or with their partner. So imagine this is kind of like a gardener planting a seed into a dark corner of the earth, giving it no water, no compost, no sunlight, and then getting really, really pissed off at the seed or at himself when that seed doesn't grow into a beautiful flower or a tree. And if this gardener had never learned anything, obviously, about gardening, because then he'd know what to do, right? But that's kind of what we do. We don't learn anything about relationships or about communication or about conflict. And we just kind of try to wing it, and it fails. If you keep just trying to wing it, you're going to just recreate the same old pattern. Obviously, that gardener getting pissed off at the seed and just trying to get a different seed, if he or she did the exact same thing with the new seed, it's going to happen again, right? That's what we do in relationships. So we leave the relationship, we get into a new one, and we just redo the entire pattern. So how do we get out of that loop? Very, very simple. You start to learn how to do this relationship thing. So I want to ask you to take a little commitment right now that you are going to learn how to do intimate relationships in your life. And yes, you can actually learn this stuff. How to get your needs met in a relationship in a way that's not going to quench the other person's needs. How to request for what you want. How to listen to what your partner needs. How to reprogram some of your own shit so that you can be more present. How to deal with your emotional triggers in a positive way. All kinds of skills that nobody has ever taught us and that we've never seen modeled to us. Now, if you think about it for a minute, anything else that you want to succeed in, you go and learn it, right? So if you want to take up a new hobby, if you want to learn how to do a veggie patch and you've never done it, then you go out there and you read about permaculture, you read about gardening. If you want to learn something like a new professional skill, you go out there and you study it. But for some reason with relationships, people just expect themselves to know what to do, and then we kind of wing it. I'm saying we because I've done this in every single relationship that I've been in, and I've failed relationship after relationship after relationship until I sat on my ass and I just started learning. And I spent over a decade learning about conflicts, learning about relationships, learning about our subconscious relating patterns, which is something incredibly important to understand if you want to succeed in relationships. So that's why I've actually developed the Conscious Couples Formula. It's a 7-step process that actually includes everything you need to know in order to create a really amazing and conscious relationship, long-term relationship with your partner. So the Conscious Couples Formula is not about sending you to like 2 years of couple therapy, and it's not about tantra or any woo-woo stuff, and it's not about like how to talk more nicely so that your partner will do what you want. It's not about any of those things. It's a step-by-step process that's going to guide you out of that automatic and subconscious stuff and into consciously choosing how you want to respond, how you want to be in your relationship, and what you want to create in your relationship. So once again, I implore you, please study this relationship thing. Learn how to do relationships. You wouldn't attempt to do anything else as important as relationships in your life without proper study, right? Like you wouldn't try to perform brain surgery without learning it first, right? That's kind of what people do. So if relationships are really important to you, as most people say that they are in the top 3 things that are most important in their lives, then please make that commitment to learn that relationship thing as soon as possible. If you do want to study this with me, I have a workshop coming up. I'm going to put a link under this video for all the details on that. And until then, here's to you learning about relationships. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.